think I got this set up. Hopefully the screen chop isn't as bad today. I had some issues with it last week. There you go. Excellent. How's everybody doing? So, how about Bitcoin? Why not, right? I want to start with a 1 week hike and ashy candlestick from TradingView, the Coinbase feed. We're working with Harmonic Pattern Collection, and a lot of individual price action. I think. Okay, let's try that mic one more time. Mics are low. Hold on. Talk to me. Am I going to have to yell this? Oh, I see how low that is. Hold on, let me check this. What about now? That should be better. Sounds like a phone booth. Give me a second. You know, I'm getting frustrated with that. Give me a second. When it's okay, let me know. If it's not okay, say no. Dang it. Gonna have to hold on. Oh, perfect. Great. I don't know. You know, the settings, and I don't even have time to check settings. It's that kind of a market, right? Thank you for your patience. So let's get into it. Thank you. All right. Bitcoin traded as low, folks. Go to the 5-minute chart today. 39.6, 39.670, whatever you want to call it. The only thing we've really even considered is for Bitcoin something like the crab. There's a crab pattern here that's not on every data feed. And more importantly, you know, ever since the 46, 45 violation, 44 violation, it's dramatic where it needs to be. I've been concerned for weeks. It's not, you know, really what I want to be. I don't want to be at this point. We're all kind of rooting for crypto, aren't we? It's kind of our way of backing something that's fundamentally should be for the good, for the betterment. But at what price? At what price are these opportunities going to present themselves? I think that's, for me, really where the framework comes into play, that it's not easy. And our assessment from maybe back in the beginning of December was essentially this big shark on Bitcoin came down to the 886, had a reaction, but not quite. I mean, you could say that's a type 1 reaction. It's not the best. Really what we want to see is a 50% retracement for that first target. This one, barely 382. I mean, barely. Not even. And so back down to, say, retest the lows going back to September, and even stuff that was from the summer. What are you going to do here? Because principally the structural analysis of harmonic patterns comes down to connecting dots with the right ratios. And if they're not the right ratios, then we have to be asking ourselves, is something different unfolding here from a structural basis? The only thing that could be happening there is something to take out that just a nominal low here, and it's just that we're being unreasonable. Again, if you want to be bullish, you have to admit that this all will take more time. And that's something where the importance of just understanding, if it's going to take more time, then you don't have a signal to be bullish yet. And what are those possibilities? We've talked about a few. Not much, I think, for Bitcoin. There are no real M or W patterns at this point that we can look at if we go from May time period to this November peak. Okay, there's just no M formations, nothing distinct. This thing's coming off kind of in a slide formation. I'll tell you what's also really indicative of this recent move that we could not even extend above this prior peak on that initial bounce. We got an HSI signal that came into play and then straight down. This structurally really creates some problems because, again, we see this kind of funky formation where you can't really, you'd have to pick off that peak there. And again, this is a little bit different because it's Heiken Ashi, but maybe we're looking at a 1618 down into here. Something like that, 36, 37. We're still lower. Again, putting together dots puts us in a spot that's lower, essentially, than current levels. And I think it's more, look, it's not only about Bitcoin going down, but changes in the overall asset allocation of crypto as a whole. Something I quickly should jump to without wasting any more time is the total crypto market cap. Total crypto market cap. Talked about how important this was. Why? Look, we have bearish ABCD that was generated. And that was off of the data from 2021. In the same way that we had two beautiful bullish patterns, that's weekly, Heiken Ashi, total crypto market cap. The way to think about that is if you've got back-to-back patterns there, bullish, which clearly there were amazing opportunities. You go back April, May, June of 2020, that type 1, type 2 was screaming, and the breakout corresponding acceleration screaming. But now, as I said, off of the 2021 action, we have a massive ABCD with dramatic reaction that I would suspect, look, total crypto market cap doesn't stop until we get to 1.646. We're going to try to go for target 2. We might not get there, but look for individual weekly bars to continue lower. Go to the daily time frame. This is Heiken Ashi. Heiken Ashi is a different candlestick that does show continuation more clearly. So these are things that, again, it's a combination of what I've learned with the software and what I know is Harmonic, truly Harmonic. If we're going to put this together and just go off of July time frame, okay, that's a B point, folks. That's a B point. This becomes a C out of 50, and then you go 886. Those are your two possibilities. Your weekly is even better than daily, but again, how much of that is, in terms of time, are you giving up? Going back 8 months? I just don't think it's, again, that's with Ethereum and Bitcoin. Here's the interesting thing that I think we need to pay attention to, which is DeFi, which is not holding, or is holding up So this is kind of the undercurrent, and it supports something that I've been saying a lot of, where I think the action's going to be in the next Solana or Luna or whatever those are that are going to run. Speculation here, but again, where is the money really flowing to drive the bigger gains, like your Cosmos, that in the face of what's happened have still managed to go up? So look at the DeFi market cap, holding pretty firm. These lows from December, October, you're looking for this stuff to hold. Even in a bad case scenario, you want to look at that DeFi crypto market cap, 130 billion, maybe 125. Okay, that's a lot better situation than, say, if you're going with Bitcoin or without Bitcoin. Even with, if you take out Bitcoin and Ethereum on your total 3, this is where you really can see some critical make break. All right, now what's the obvious pattern here? The obvious pattern, folks, okay, is this in DeFi market cap. What's that? Up to basically a 141, come back down to 886, then this comes back up perfect 707, okay? All right, what is that? That is a harmonic head and shoulders right out of volume 3. Why is it harmonic? Because your X, your A, there to there, sets up for a 141 B point as the peak. Then you look for a 707 at the retracement of the D point. Standard head and shoulders measurements apply, projections apply when you break the neckline. So you want to know if you're critical, you want to know if this market's going to hold, look at that. Take out Bitcoin, take out Ethereum. What are these other ones going to do? Is that the last to go? Versus total crypto market cap, which is seemingly setting up a bat action magnet move breakdown. So I think no matter what, the opportunities that we'd want to be considering are non-Ethereum Bitcoin going forward. Go look at Solana, Luna, Polkadot, Cosmos. It's absolutely something where when you see it and you have the measurements, as we do, where it's clear, you can't ignore it. And again, what do we have down here where we are oversold? This is probably the most critical part of all crypto markets at the moment. They've hit the oversold deeply, and in this case with harmonic strength index on the daily level, still in the oversold zone, has to come out. Until that pops out, okay, you're still waiting, looking, because that could expand and go lower. Even take a look at this is amplified RSI. It tried to come out of the zone, got rejected, went back down. That's going to need more time. This is daily. Another day or two, maybe. I think it's still early. And if it cracks here, that would be it. And that's where some of the things that I was talking about last week. It's not what I want to see, but remember, I highlighted a couple of the situations from basically 2020, and we have it in the Bitcoin futures. Let me show this Bitcoin futures contract, because again, this is where looking at our different instruments can really help to see what the whole picture is telling us. Let's go to BTC. And it's specifically in Bitcoin futures. Go back here. Do I have that? Let me see, make sure I have all. MW small, MW large. Nope, I'm missing it. I'm missing one of the software modules. Let's get that regular in there. It should come up now. So we're going back to, let me bring up eSignal platform. I can't waste any time here. Because this is, now that you have the big boys playing around with the futures, that's what's moving it. I really think you have to consider the fact that this is now kind of crushed the prior models. Speculative models are gone. It's typical. You get the big boys in there. They can move it with the futures pretty easily. And then that just sucks everything else down. You're still getting stuff to move. Here's, check out this. Is ACH payments up 26%. But look at that. That's like that other GTC. But hey, this is the thing you want to look for. We're going to get into a bunch of these, but you are at a point on so many coins where you can do this. Okay, just draw out the MW formations. They have to fit. Okay, that one's not really ideal, but we have a number that have come together. Let's go to Luna, because I think Luna's Luna, and then BAT is another one. So check out Luna here, folks. On a 4-hour time frame, look at this. The software is generating, there you go, on the 4-hour. Where is the, sorry, oh no, it's Litecoin. Let's get to Luna. Luna's got a big bat pattern after the deep crab, and it did a type 1. These are the situations we want to isolate. I'm going to show you a few. If any of you are looking at this, have any examples like this, specifically back-to-back patterns, that's what I'm looking for. And we just had the terminal bar check back down to 65. You're in a type 1 right now across the board on a lot of these, where this is really important for the whole market. Need to see something, one of the strongest ones, Luna, react now. So monitor that. It's still early in development, but you have a few things working here to your advantage. You have the big bat pattern completed at terminal bar. We're still in a type 1 reaction, and you're retesting this prior deep crab. So target 178, XA over there, 83.80. At a minimum, that's the kind of reaction we should see develop, and then probably a larger retest later. But this is a heck of a lot more positive than some of the others. Here's another fantastic setup. This is what we want. I mean, listen, we're waiting for the market to give us the patterns, give us the opportunities. We have to be patient. We have to be on top of it, monitor, let it hit the zone, assess the confirmation. But take a look at, basic attention token. This is really something where, okay, looks kind of crazy with the overspill overrunning the, let me fix that, the XA level at 102. So where do you execute, at 102 or at 87? Well, look at what's also happening here is you have a shark. Again, a 4-hour time frame. You've got a number of back-to-back structures where clearly responding off of pattern formations, terminal bar, key pivot points. And so basic attention token right there, assess the prior PRZ with that shark. Somewhere in that 88.90 is the low end, but I'm saying you got confirmation. You get the confirmation signal. which you don't have yet, but perfect pattern, perfect alignments, this is where you want to focus. I wish HSI was triggering here. It's not, so maybe a little bit more time. But from a larger perspective, think about this. It was almost $2 6 weeks ago. You lost 50%, 60%. Okay, these are the kinds of things, opportunities where you start to line it up. I'm saying probably maybe look for a hop retest, not only for the Gartley but for the Shark 88, 90, 92 area, but you're real close. Yep, there's a few of those. That's just one of several. Here's oh, check out storage. Okay, we've been looking at this, kind of poking around this at basically 165. And it had a few stops and goes, start, basically start, stop. There you go, 4 hour. Where's the prior one? What happened? MW regular, MW small. Not sure. I keep maybe deleting. Let's go with the large. All right. Storage, we know 165 had the bat. I don't know why it's not popping up right now. Let me add this back. Give it a minute. Coinbase, thank you. There it is. Well, on Binance too. I thought this was on more feeds than that, but hey, okay, beautiful Gartley. Beautiful Gartley. Isn't that so much better than, say, trying to chase it when it was much higher? This is more where I would be, give me some confirmation down here. What do you have? Not there yet. Green line almost about to stop, but I would say a little bit lower, maybe as low as the hop. How many times have we seen the hop levels get hit? It's very close, but not quite there. Here's Solana. Okay, devastated. And I do think that this is, again, another one of these that you have to look at. You have to look at the leaders, and the leaders, what are the leaders going to do? Are they going to follow through or no? Because if they roll over here and Solana violates 125, 120, and then starts to go lower, then forget it. Because then all of these, what does that tell you? That means whoever was jumping in on this from July into the end of the year, well, that was the mania phase. And so you get to something like this. I'm not saying that yet, but look, if we don't hold the 886, which is where we are right now, 135 is the 886 off of the August low. You need to look at 135. We're trading 135.86. I mean, by the end of the day, close below that, more concern. Because, the one of the two possibilities, that's some kind of consolidation, or, larger crazy shark behavior takes effect down at 40, 35 bucks. And yeah, they do. There's head and shoulders, yes. A couple comments about head and shoulders patterns. Yes, there are head and shoulders, but they can be just sideways consolidation as well. You can get and then come back. It's just one of the reasons why, if Solana was going to kill Ethereum, well, it's probably doing it at the detriment of total market. So here's Ethereum, and we've been concerned about this one as well. We really just thought if it doesn't hold that little tight ABCD, which it didn't, and it just kept on. We took another one that had patterns that just went sideways, bump and roll over, and just knew that another larger 886 on these daily, and there's two situations we can go off of: a bat pattern right there, or even something like that, which is, maybe a clearer formation because you do have a nice ABCD structure. But and in this case, you almost could say Gartley, because your B is close to a 618, the ABCD being very important off the top. But I'm going to let's just stretch it, and let's just give some tolerance here, because 2850 is the 886, and that is a real pivot make break, more so of protecting this uptrend of this long term. Easy, just draw the trend line, folks, and let's just do it this way. I think everyone in crypto, even the influencers who just discovered charts less than 12 months ago, which is many of these guys that have hundreds of thousands, if not a million followers in crypto, only started looking at charts 12 months ago. Maybe they're looking at Glassnode stuff, stock to flow, but price charts and really getting to know strategies, well, they can all draw a trend line. And 2800, I think, is the line in the sand everyone knows, where you break the pivot low from September, then you are in trouble. Then you are going to do more shark, full big something capitulation shark dump material, 1618 material off of, that it's just you're not at a point where you can leave room for middle ground. That was the problem with Bitcoin under 56,000. Deep Gartley 886 pattern? No. My guess is one of two things. You got this. You listen. Nasdaq's getting crunched today. Okay. Really quick. I mean, it's starting to rebound, but Nasdaq was off a 300 plus again. So you get a nice tech route, and get a nice drawdown. You get the two together. Here's something that I would note. Another one has been garbage, but people are starting to talk about this one. And this is another one. I'm not trying to be dismissive of saying, hey, there's no opportunity here. I'm just getting things, maybe different things on the radar other than Ethereum and Bitcoin going forward. This has been, I've been talking about these new classes of crypto that will come here or there. I think, again, it's more about speculation and understanding that the money's going to move around to where you're going to be able to get bigger moves in the crypto that are not the top 20 or not the top 10 for sure. Something to think about, and getting things like this one, or because it's there's been shots, but realize that we're looking for reactions first, and that's where we are in a lot of these. Here's this other one. I've been talking about this forever, and I think we now have this Gitcoin. Okay, and I've been mentioning this, told a couple stories about this thing, but folks, now you've got the M formation where at least it's, now I can work with something here. 618, go to the 786, right there is the 786. A larger ABCD might even be a little bit lower, back at around $9. I mean, you do have that real nice M formation. For me, either this massive 886 before that big run to 28, then all the way back down, and now we have a much even better structure that, look, get it on there, start looking. I think that's something that's in a heck of a lot better situation, like Basic Attention Token, like some of these other ones. Cosmos here, that's been strong. Someone mentioned this last week, and I really wasn't a fan because we had really some big daily signals up here at 42. Check out Thursday's session. I traced out this exact formation. This is Cosmos. It was just go there, and it's a very sleek ABCD structure. B point at a 49, call it 50. Go to the 886. Again, 886. If you're not familiar with the 886 or you're not using that ratio on your chart, please do so. And then we had HSI confirmation. Now this one, like Luna, likely just doing a 382 pullback, and then we'll come back and retest again. This is an example where these are stronger. That's a much stronger position than Ethereum. On the 4-hour, hourly, do we have any? What I want to see is a pattern off of there. Nope. Nothing. Check out Axie Infinity. People were loving this, right? Pay to play. Pay to play. Who got paid? Who got played? What do we do with this? Well, again, another shark to flow, folks. These are crushers. When you get those X, A, B, C with the tight C and it can't break out, you know, at a 113, which basically that's what that is, 127. Look for that to come all the way back down, give us a shark, you know. And this shark, look, your B to C, that needs a minimum 1618, which is like right there, roughly there is your 1618 at 80, but you need the 886 as well. So 886, really deep retracement there at 60 bucks. And that would be a lot like, what was the other one where we saw that, which was the airdrop one, OMG, like really, if I was involved with this and they airdropped that, I would go to their office and want to speak with the gentlemen, ladies, or gentlemen directly of like, you know, what are you doing, guys? But there it is, 1618 to an 886. You know, that's the shark formation. And that one's 455. You're within 30-40 cents of that. Okay, Ren. I'll give you Ren. Here's Ren. Oh, Ren. Come on, Ren. Okay, Ren, same deal. You could connect a couple dots here. Daily Binance feed. Well, let's do it this way. First, if we're just looking for M and W patterns, we can all assess that is X to A. B point is at a 61. Now, almost 59, 60. We call that a Gartley. Come back, your C point at a 54%. That gets your M formation, but because your B point is at a 618, remember, plus minus 3%, that gets to a minimum 786. Now, here's the deal. 786 on Ren puts you roughly there, 44, 45. But you need an ABCD structure, folks. This is really important. Sometimes without an ABCD, or if you don't assess the ABCD component, price action will go down until it hits it. You know, and that's why then you would bring in your 886. So if I'm looking at this, here's A to B in Ren. I mean, amazing. 131 all the way back to 70, back to $1, now 44. I mean, what? Now you have the C to D leg. That explains this little overspill. I like that. There you go. That's more like it. And geez, 886 is basically 41 cents. You got to 41.97. These are the situations we want. And I'm favoring these over Bitcoin and Ethereum going forward, period, as a trader. I'm not talking technology. I'm not talking whales. I'm not talking fundamentals or applications or announcements. I don't do that here. I'm talking patterns, price action, and harmonic levels, all within the harmonic framework. And any movement that we see going off of these levels is going to be, you have to treat it as a reaction, folks. That's the other thing. Like, we're still in reaction phase after such a decline. Can the BTC be a shark at 39.6 with a 1.0? Yeah, it could. But it's not great. It's really not what I want to, I don't want to be screwing around with that anymore until I see something a heck of a lot more concrete. Like, I would rather have my eyes laser focused on basic attention token when it comes down to this Gartley area. Okay, get in here. Retest this crap. Yeah, that was it. I mean, that's just a thing of beauty. Okay, you're retesting this crab, which, by the way, has a hop level at 68.44. You're currently 97.98. Yeah, that two much lower levels. Which one am I going to look for? Well, I'll probably, as I said when I looked at this earlier, we're looking for something, looking for HSI to come in a little bit lower, maybe 90. But that has the kind of patterns and levels that really, for the first time in a while, maybe since early December, and this is even better because you have two back-to-back patterns, these are better opportunities. What's the biggest difference between the bat pattern and a deep Gartley? Look, your ABCD point. The deep Gartley, folks, is really just an 886. When you have your ABCD line up with an 886, the 886 is still good to use with a regular Gartley as an overspill level. The simple ABCD component is important. Look at this structure on basic attention token. I mean, that's a beautiful formation. Look, real nice symmetry. A to B, C to D, fairly distinct, beautiful ratios. That's the thing you want to see. I mean, again, we've been waiting for bigger pullbacks. I've been looking for major things to give us opportunities. Here's one here's Zcash. I think on the weekly. You know, there's something really big. Oh, no, it was XRP. XRP on daily or the weekly? I think daily. There's a big patterns here. Well, XRP right now, again, even with that last, I'm looking for the auto-generated, but again, look at the M formation. Let's just connect dots, X to A. B point at a 618, right? Gartley. C point, almost perfect 886. So this case, look, your 886, your ABCD is going to be a 113. So your 786 is like right there. So XRP at 70 with the 786. Why? Because you do have an ABCD structure. And this is much better position where you have reaction, come back, retest. Now give me confirmation in here for the reversal where SEC says, sorry, we have no case. Sorry, we've just been screwing you for, a year or more just because we needed a case. We needed work. So we decided to harass XRP. But we have nothing, and then it explodes. I don't know VPAD. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not doing those crazy zero coins. I mean, look, there's Bitcoin, there's crypto, there's S coins, and then there's zero coins where, if you're airdropping something, I'm not interested. One thing I do want to show again, look at stuff like LRC. Okay, remember? That thing went from $30 to $3. No follow through Remember what I was saying about the 382, folks? Once you start violating 382s and it rolls over and does that kind of garbage, I mean, just that's where you have to just have a really firm look in the mirror and say, done, absolutely done. Be done with it, because you'll get another chance, and you have to let go of what some influencer is telling you about LRC, that it's the greatest layer 2 and it's going to go 1000x from here. Really disingenuous material, folks. A lot of what I've seen is just not. I think it's okay, because I think what's going to happen is when this does finally work itself out, we get to the proper harmonic reset levels. The people that did not make the adjustments, they're going to get burned. They're going to go through another 2017 again, and then come right back down and be like, all right, well, we'll catch the next one. It's not enough time for that. No, I'm not going to do that. And the gold members are going to start getting super priority here. It's all right. It's cool. No, I mean, look, I'm not doing really quick about the requests. What I'm doing here, folks, is trying to feature the best stuff to give you the full picture. Mostly focusing on crypto because it's been the topic of so much. I think especially new traders, and they need to know. They're really, I feel like there's a need in the crypto space to fill the information gap so that people don't get caught on stuff like mana too, where look, there's your peak. Where's your 382? Your 382 is at 393. You're now trading 275. Okay, how much further until the 886? And then I'll look for it again. Back to the 618 and then back down. Why? That's the framework. And we see that stuff over and over again. And what's the likelihood that I miss something where it goes in moons and explodes? Probably better buy a lottery ticket and have better luck than worrying about a moon. Yeah, listen, someone's saying I'm willing to look at Cardano because it's one of the big ones. Again, I think it's one of the ones where you see it not holding that 886. There's really, look, this is going to just scrape a 1.0, and then what if? I'll tell you what, if Cardano loses it, okay, then that really tells you, right? If we get a big fat candle and it's at any close under 90 cents on Cardano, any close, I mean anything, 80 whatever, 80 cent whatever, it'll be something like this, and then all the way back down to your 886, which is like, I don't even want to think about that. I mean, that's why it's so critical. That's why the Bitcoin stuff, where that is, I think I saw something with Michael Saylor recently, which was kind of a disappointment, where he says, oh, you might just wake up one day and Bitcoin's just trading 400,000. That's terrible. That's really not. Look, you guys got all the money in the world. Okay? And I don't think that that's really does anybody a service by saying stuff like that. I think crypto's great. At what price? Do I ever take into account of the supply of a token? No, I'm looking at price action. I'm looking at patterns. That defines the levels and tells me where are we. Cardano's not in a good spot unless this thing absolutely spins on a dime. I mean, you're oversold now on your daily time frame, like all of these. All of these are daily time frame. Even stuff like algo. Where's sorry, here, let's go back to Ethereum again, back down. Ethereum's rolling over again. And this is the problem with Ethereum. Okay, we know what Ethereum's going to do, right? Currently on the daily with amplified. The Ethereum chart is now in full complex development. What does that mean? We're doing a W formation here, folks, and then you'll come out. It's clear. I mean, we have, not only have we at least the green line has stopped, okay, but we've broken the prior low, and now we have a complex structure. That means it's going to take a whole bunch of time for this thing to stabilize and then get out of the zone. Now I say X is a S coin. Sure it is. Whatever coin you're asking for. It's a nothing coin. Again, it doesn't tell me a picture. You're asking for some kind of something coin. That's, what is it? Is it even in the top 200? Come on, man. I'm telling you. It's about the larger picture. We're looking for Bitcoin and Ethereum to stabilize, at least go sideways, and let these other coins get going. But no, there's liquidation going on at the moment. So whatever that coin is that you're referring to, just lump it in with the rest. Okay? You have just major, serious assessments. Kind of let it fall. Here's Ethereum right now, today, hitting 886. Fine. Today's terminal bar. All right, you will hit this across the board. These will register most likely in these scenarios today. But that's just the beginning of the whole decision-making process. All other ones that you want to look at or get into, whatever, more speculative stuff, you need to step aside until this stuff stabilizes. And what I'm talking about are the leaders, the stuff like Luna and Solana, that, that next class of crypto that rolling over, giving back most of the gains. I think Solana's the one. I mean, look, what Solana does will tell you about how sustainable the rally from July to December is across the board. And if this thing falls apart, you've got serious trouble. Or the other one is probably, that I have not mentioned yet today, that probably should talk about, Binance Coin. And this one still, these are the important markets to get a larger perspective of, is this thing going to just completely fall apart? Or is there some kind of opportunity here? Because I would rather go with these larger ones than something super small. There are ones to speculate on, but the primary ones that were in the middle of a liquidation, that's what we need to know. And Solana here, much like the Ethereum chart, if I wanted an opportunity, it's trace that M formation like that. And 886 is down at still 355, what have you. And again, this isn't a lot when you're only going back to September. So that's, again, this could be a reaction also. I think we have mentioned this before. We do connect dots on, it's not the greatest of formations, but Solana did have a bat structure kind of extended. There's your B point at a 46. Could be a Gartley too because of that other B point. But look, 886 is really all you need to know at 640 on Binance Coin. So maybe this is just a reaction. Come down to the 618 or so. That's really what you want to hope. This is reaction. Give me something. Give me another pattern. And then go. But you're in that, at least in the final phase of that possibility. So, and if Bitcoin's just going to keep slicing through, or Ethereum even worse, come on, where's this go? If I took away the name Bitcoin and I removed that out of the chart and just said this is F YZ coin, that's just, there's not a lot of structure to boot. And the big point that we were going on for how many months? Really since September, was that this C point was the start of a crab pattern that would take you to a 1618 in the final move of the whole thing, 1618. And that failed basically here at under 56. We've been concerned since 56, and even saying, well, geez, if it breaks 56 or 53, it goes to 42. Well, that'll happen in a flush. That's not a capitulation low. That's actually the start of something larger. And until I again get something, I mean, you can't even trace out a crab pattern off of this. Look, just be aware of what we're dealing with. Okay, if that was maybe an 886 there where that was a crab, I don't have a 382. Like, I can't say that's a crab now and it goes down to the 1618 with a crab structure, because my C point really doesn't satisfy the minimum requirement. I've fudged it. I need to bring it down. Put it right on top. It's like a 35%, and your C point, you want a minimum 382 as a C point. That's one of the things within the M&W structures that makes it harmonic. You have a minimum 382. So this is just troubling. When you can't put together dots, and the main dots you were looking at on multiple time frames have collapsed. So on all of these other ones, I'll go to one or two more. I really am trying to paint the larger picture that, again, yeah, there'll be some opportunity. And it might happen in a quick flash, but it's still lower. And again, that also goes with regular markets too. Here's somebody's mentioning Matic, and again, that's because this was another one where it was super strong. Everyone was loving on it, thinking, again, that was in that new class of crypto that, look, we ran into these 886s. I think I mentioned this in Check Monday last week. B point set of 55, call it 886 is, look at it right there. And that's a type 2 by definition. Type 1, bang, retest. So Matic maybe back down to the 618. But you're still, with all of these, I would love, the first thing I would love to see is a pattern on going the other way, and just nothing. Really not much going the other way on any of these. And again, if this other stuff's not going to even stabilize, Bitcoin, Ethereum, it's going to be tough treading. I mean, I think Luna's probably the top one to watch. Yeah, he just generated an HSI going the other way. Keep an eye on Luna. Luna's the one, I think, of all of these, has really been super reliable in terms of the framework. Show the big picture target, 3K. I don't want to show that. Oh, and are you talking Bitcoin 3K? Let's bring it back. Let's listen. I did recently see a leverage chart that I didn't like on the e-signal. Yeah, the e-signal, the futures chart. We talked about that last week. I could probably find that. I know the screen was cut off last week, and that was really annoying, but here it is. So this is the picture of that futures chart, folks, that we've been wrestling with for over a week or two. And use Bitcoin as your guide, because it has to go through this sequence. Think of it that way. We have to resolve this whole consolidation phase with a retest of that deep crab down at 31,600, 31,599. Terminal bar 3205. I think these are not, it's not crazy. And even if this other pattern way back here, it's tough to say, but maybe that's a type 2. You have other things at 32,000. You have a lot of developments, and when they're there, I just respect them because it's what my software has been. My whole thing has been looking, what's harmonic? What is a harmonic level, and does it work? And the problem with drawing it by hand is that you might not really be considering the other relationships and the related ABC ratios or back-to-back patterns or type 1, type 2. You might not pick that up if you're not automatically generating or running algorithms to see it all. And in this crypto phase, in the same way we saw this on the way up, and we got beautiful type 2s, we got great follow through, we're getting breakdowns. Bullish patterns are failing. Bearish patterns are dominating on the higher time frames. Bitcoin futures, until that's resolved, and it gets resolved with a retest of that bullish pattern or forms another pattern, we still have to stand back. It needs more time. So I would be prepared. I would think that maybe something crazy will happen, and that maybe you get a crypto crash and you hit 22.5 and then you bounce $10,000. That very well could happen. And let's mark that. Today is January 10th, 12:40. That could happen. So a lot going on for me, folks. I'm trying to wrap up a couple other things. Look, the best place, I think we fixed, a shout out to Stephanie. I've also been dealing with that most recent flu that's been going around in my household. I am fine. Everyone is fine. We're recovering. But yeah, that was the other thing I've been dealing with that's really kind of slowed me up. Well, just trying to help out family. But everyone's fine, and I hope everyone else stays well during this time. We're all going to be fine no matter what. But I think now we can start to think about these larger opportunities that will come. And again, it's just finding it at the right price. We're going to be back tomorrow. Look, get my act together a bit better with my setup, but get with basic membership. And yes, the Discord is there. Go with the link. That has been a great opportunity for people to connect, and I appreciate that. We're doing all harmonic pattern stuff and the charts that I post. Definitely go become a basic member, as you know, and then subscribe to the software, get the trials. It's the last thing I want to do. But here's the Discord link, and I want to just highlight that. Click right here. It's on the basic members page, and join and get involved there. We're going to do a lot more in the weeks to come there, but it's just time to kind of line this stuff up. I think I still want to favor looking for other opportunities other than Bitcoin. I really do. I'd rather look and have my sights so focused on something like this than Bitcoin or Ethereum. I just think you have too much institutional money working against these, and I think you still have, there's plenty of opportunity in crypto, and you're going to get these altcoins on a major discount now with monster patterns, which is what we want. We want the patterns there. We want pattern retests to define our zones of opportunity. So we will do more of that tomorrow, and I'll talk about the bigger markets, the Dow, S&P, NASDAQ, where are these going? Dow's down 430 today. NASDAQ really quick. Where's futures? NASDAQ futures down 375, folks. Yep, not much there. Again, we're just going off of the big we're looking at this September 886 retest now. Because today's so devastating, I don't want to totally blow it off because I do think it's important. But this has not changed. This bat pattern formation that we have for NASDAQ down to the 886. I think 14.6 was the number we said maybe 2 weeks ago. We outlined a head and shoulders down here, and it looked like this. Here you go. Oh, I know where it is. Take a look. Let me see here. Let me find it a different way. Here's the head and shoulders. I know I've got it. No, let's do it tomorrow. Yeah. Look at all these old charts. I think we should spend a day going through all of these old charts just to get perspective of where we've been, because clearly a couple weeks ago, if we were down at 3,900, we'd say, what the heck? So, we'll look at this head and shoulders tomorrow. It's pretty clear, though. NASDAQ's still lower until we can register something. And that's what I think is, the takeaway from the day. NQ, yeah, I wouldn't, you're 15.2 right now. You still have another 600 to get to that 886. That's not anything I want to be a part of at the moment. So let's look at that. I'll look at that tomorrow. Look, the BTC chart. I know you wanted to look at that BTC chart. Let's do that tomorrow. Again, it's pretty clear. Just stay tuned. We'll be back tomorrow about 11:30 and just kind of finish up what the whole outlook for the week, because look, we're in a bad week right now. So until we can get these signals to register, look for this lower. And we're still early. Even if in some of those patterns we're terminal bar today, we don't consider it until tonight. So at least another 7-8 hours of this fun on the ones that have completed, like basic attention token. But that's what we want to look for. I mean, I'll leave it with this. Yeah, we just want the best pattern. So bang, that's basic attention token, 4-hour time frame. That's beautiful. Look for stuff like this. We'll find more of it tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Till then, catch up with me over on Discord and have a great one. Have a great day and go get them.